Good morning, good morning. Hi, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some short and sweet symbolic support, we're going to create a scroll. We're going to scry for shapes and symbols, and we'll add on some tarot and oracle and maybe a little inspiration for your day. So when you're ready, let's go. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. I'm simply going to drop some ink that I scry, and we'll see what stands out and what message may be here for today. Please always feel well to comment below what you see, sense, or feel, as your reflections do deepen the reading and they add as well. If you want to drop an emoji, comment, whatever the case may be, I do appreciate any interactions with the channel. All right, when you are ready, if you would like to close the eyes with me, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of anyone here at any time. May you meet a message with meaning. On to the reveal. When you're ready, huzzah. If you'd like to take a screenshot so you can scry in your own time, this is what's going to start us off here. Okay, so okay, give me a moment. So right up in here, I think if you're on a phone, you might be able to zoom in with me. You know, like those old clocks where like people would come out and ting, and that would be the chime. This feels like there's some sort of meter. Maybe it's two parts of myself, my psyche, my psychic, my masculine, feminine, my yin and my yang, my yada, yada, yadas. There's something changing. There's degrees changing. It's been a cultivated change. This is like a meter. Now, not in a threatening way, but the way I'm seeing it is on American Dad, his fridge, like there's that meter. I think and maybe that's a portion of a meter, but this isn't this meter. Where you taking me? Okay, looking at a fridge now. When I open the fridge, the light is on, and I'm looking at degree of colder, warmer, colder, warmer. Okay, so that's where I'm going to go. Thank you. Everything's asking me to I want to say look up. Maybe things are looking up, may I say, or things looking up? Yeah, things are looking up. Somebody in spirit, quite specifically, this might be for somebody, one person, but I'm going to acknowledge it. I don't know what kind of work they've done or we're doing. It does feel more mechanical in nature. I see them wearing a hat and they're having a smoke. They're on a smoke break, but it's like this really casual, like you just kind of squat and have a smoke, whether it's military or on a boat or it's like they're wearing something like my dad's old uniform here. They're wearing some sort of uniform. They're just kind of squatting and having a smoke. Now, wherever they are in the afterlife realms or in the ascensions aspects of that, they are receiving a massage. So I want you to know that they are being helped to relax. If there is something about their passing that might have been in the degrees, like, okay, it's bringing me back to American Dad. I'm sorry if this is for one person and I'm yammering on, but I'm just going to get it out. They might have been doing something that like was a dangerous job or the threat level, maybe a police officer, fireman. I don't know. I'm sure there's lots of dangerous jobs I don't know about. And it doesn't even have to be a glorified dangerous job. I just feel like there's a very specific thing about their job. And maybe they passed from a workplace accident or because of the risks in their job. But they are being massaged by their guides of sorts, and it's like they're taking this break and they feel quite well. Okay, so things are also looking up in that aspect. There's someone or something, I'm seeing it as a very woolly sheep up here, and it's almost like I'm taking the black sheep path. There's a different path I feel like maybe you have taken at some point in time. It was short-lived. It was like, oh, this isn't for me. This isn't for me. This path isn't for me. I found it out more quickly than I'm committing to this. When I say black sheep path, I don't want it to sound so prestigious, but there is something about it. And maybe that's just in relationship to the people around you, your family, your friends. You're considered the black sheep, but really, I gotta say, it doesn't feel that way at all. It feels as though this is the light way. This is the way that feels like your normal, whatever you're being called towards and you've been committing to for quite some time. There's also a magic carpet that's coming through. I love that. Magic carpet that's coming through. And if any of these cards mean anything to you, please follow that first, as I tend to scry the artistry first. So the willpower to kind of like move through the I don't even remember what was said. Thank you, black sheep path. Everything's moving and looking up, not necessarily in a reflection or in a duality dance of up is good and down is bad. I feel as though you've done inner work of some sorts. I've gone within to like the inner linings of my guts. And I have almost like, I don't want to say shed layers, but there's almost something about that. Something about feeling light in my belly space. Something about feeling light in my belly space. Maybe that's your sacral, your solar plexus. There's something about that. Because it's almost like I can see, if you imagine a very cartoony for me, a big belly, like, I don't mean like big belly, just a belly, the big space of the belly. Like when you look at a person and the torso, if that's a nicer word, it's a big space. And coming into the belly space and all the workings in there, all of the tubes and all of the intestine, there's so much activity there. I get to like the belly button space, if I may, and that's like kind of like my portal that I used. It's like I can see the umbilical cord that would be out, but the umbilical cord that goes in, and I followed that. I feel like you have been following that. And that is like traveling through this path. Like this is all the workings, right? This is all the workings. And now the degrees are changing. The degrees of this, I don't know, like lightness in the belly. Almost like clearing the lining of what would be the internal umbilical cord. I don't even know what that means. I'm seeing a person right here. Their whole head is an eye with two eyes above the eyes. They are massive. It's like putting on, okay, so, yep. A crown or a hat or whatever you want to call it. But imagine that crown or hat has eyes in it. And then they also have antennae. Maybe you're working with crystals. Maybe you work with different other universal umbilical cords to other informations, maybe other yous, other families. And then that's like the degree thing changes. Whatever this degree thing that is that change, you have helpers there. They work like clockwork, but they've also, whatever these things are, antennae, they have been like pushing and pulling very gently for you to feel safe, to travel, for you to let go. And know that willpower only takes you so far. It's almost as if there's willpower. Oh, and then there's something else. What is beyond the willpower? Like the willpower is like an earthly aspect of it for you to take on this safe travel when I was looking at the magic carpet ride. And then this bird is in here. There's something else from willpower. It's almost like, I could say heart power if I needed to be really general about it. There are those two creatures, characters that open up this gateway and unlock something. But see how it's almost as if you were to see this thing like in a movie where they don't know how to open the mountain that has a glyph in it that, I don't know, is it Indiana Jones or, I don't know, pick something fun that feels good to you, and they don't know how to open it. I'm not saying you don't know how to open it. I feel like whatever that journey was, whatever that experience was to clear a paradox, maybe fall into some things organically, follow some inspiration. And then I'm like seeing these pieces, like some raise, some come out, and it all kind of works together. And I'm raised up even more. Yes, there's also something about the limbo. I feel like maybe you've had to, that, what is that saying? Bend so you don't break, bend so you don't break. Closing out messages here, and we will flip it for tomorrow's, is protection and concealment. Yeah, see, this was like this, I don't know, thingamajig over here. It was concealed like in plain sight, but everyone could see it. But it's, you know what it's like? It's like being in one of those escape rooms, but it's not, that's like a more modern way of seeing it. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's not my way, so I'm not going to keep going down that rabbit hole. I don't know, it's like getting one of those boxes or something and click, 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 and there's some sort of configuration. It's been protected over quite some time and concealed for a reason. There was a purpose in that. So something about your purpose and maybe the paradox of having a point. It's like having a point of focus versus a point of purpose, or a point of purpose versus and knowing that changes. It changes. It's not a stagnant thing. Magic carpet ride. The black sheep path, it's almost like a winding road. There's somebody in the scroll just as I'm getting ready to close out here off to the side. They've got something in their hand. I don't know if it's a rattle or I feel like I'm getting a blessing, to be honest with you. I'm not religious, but I'm getting a blessing. This is how I feel. All right. I am going to flip this. I will totally see you tomorrow for another daily dose. I hope that you have been inspired, educated, entertained, whatever feels good to you. And I will see you again soon. So much love.